a teenage boy, Magne, returns to his family's homeland, Edda, Norway, where he learns about his new superpowers. The series continues with the second episode, introducing the term Thor, stating that one of the mightiest gods in the Norse mythology, Thor, commanded the weather and the forces of nature, fought the enemies of civilization, and represented law and order. The episode begins with Magne staring at a YOLO sticker on his laptop, given to him by Isolde. Lost in her memories, Magne still finds it difficult to believe her tragic death. Meanwhile, Turid instructs Loridus to put on more clothes as it will be cold outside, but Magne denies her assumptions and tells them the weather will be warm today. Turid seems concerned for Magne and requests Loridus to take care of his brother. After listening to the painful questions about Isolde's death, Magne enters the classroom and finds her memorial at the desk. As he takes the seat with tears in his eyes, Principal Rana arrives and begins to take the class due to Eric's absence. However, Eric approaches on time to take the class because he cannot bear sitting at home. Paying respect to Isolde, Ron informs the students that the spring party on Friday will be cancelled, but Eric refuses her decision and insists on arranging the party on time. While talking to the whole school, a lady police officer concludes that Isolde was killed in a tragic accident caused by inclement weather. She continues that Isolde was paragliding with a large tandem wing, which was struck by lightning. And this is most likely the place when she lost her mobile phone, which has not been located yet. Mr. Sindre, a psychologist, is introduced to the school. He later assures the students of his consultation, primarily pointing out Magne because the horrific incident might have made an impression on his mind. However, Magne seems unbothered by Sindre's conversation. He rushes to talk to the police officer about Isolde's death, stating that Isolde was an experienced paraglider who knew the area well. Then why wouldn't she try to avoid the power lines? The officer responds that she was probably struck by lightning and lost consciousness, which might be why she couldn't avoid the electric lines. However, Magne is evident there wasn't any lightning that day. The officer tries her best to persuade Magne, but his doubts rise after every minute concerning Ron. Saying that the case is closed, the officer leaves the school. Magne is shown that evening opening Isolde's YouTube account and seeing clips of her approaching Vidar at his workplace to get his opinion on the increased cadmium level in the water. But instead of replying to her questions, Vidar seems irritated, making excuses to leave. The following day, Turid, currently working at Vidar Jutuls' company, is instructed by Vidar to talk to his car insurance company as someone smashed his windshield with a hammer. Sending all the details to Turid via email, Vidar leaves to work. Turid gets shocked after zooming in on the sledgehammer and witnessing the W sign on it, which she saw on her husband's tools. Rushing back to her house, Turid questions Magne about the hammer, but he is also confused and shocked, just like her mother. However, Turid bursts out her anger on Magne for purposely smashing Vidar's car and orders him to go to the room until he remembers everything. Sitting in his room, Magne remembers throwing a sledgehammer after Isolde's death. Measuring the distance from Vidar's car to his home, Magne learns that the hammer covered a distance of 1,500 meters that day. After buying a new hammer for home, he heads to the ground to test his powers again, and finds out that he has surpassed the distance way beyond the world record. On the other hand, Vidar is trying to find out who threw the hammer at his car. Ron arrives and engages in a conversation with Vidar that seems quite strange, because she talks about not having feelings like other humans, and they don't get old, are fat, and die like them. It is also revealed that Vidar had a thing for Turid in the past. As Ron is about to leave, Vidar acknowledges accidentally murdering Isolde because she had seen something up on the glacier, but Ron claims they made a pact not to murder kids. Both decide to find Isolde's phone before someone can find it. Magne and Gry continue to collaborate on their task at school. Later in the evening, Gry comes to Magne's place to discuss their assignment. Everything is going great until Magne claims to throw a sledgehammer half a kilometer, making Gry uncomfortable and leave. She tries to calm him down, saying that will he be attending the party, to which Magne responds a no. While shopping in the supermarket, Turid spots Eric, who seems emotional. Turid holds him till he sobs and spills a water bottle. When Wenche informs her that the hero's adventure has begun, Turid leaves the store unconcerned. Magne is still certain that Isolde's death was not an accident, but an alleged murder. Therefore, he looks for something to solve the mystery. While talking to Loridus about Isolde's death, Magne claims that the lightning didn't start until an hour after she was discovered, and the police are lying about it. But Loridus calms him down, saying that police know what they are up to. Magne explains his new powers by telling Loridus about throwing the hammer far away. However, Loridus laughs and believes that no one in the world can throw a sledgehammer 1.5 kilometers. In search of Isolde's phone, Vidar arrives where the incident happened. Just then, Magne brings flowers for Isolde, making Vidar hide behind the rocks. As his brother Loridus arrives at the party and tries to win over the other students, Magne chooses to enter the party in a casual outfit wearing a coat. Magne comes midway during a speech honoring Isolde, and later chats with his brother while eyeing Gry off in the distance. As Fjord talks to his friends, Ron approaches and signals him to leave the place. Magne attempts to win Gry, but before he can talk further, Fjord approaches and asks Gry to dance, to which she agrees. As a romantic song begins, Magne finds himself unable to stand and watch the couple dance, so he leaves the party. In the restroom, he runs across Oscar, the police officer's son, who constantly advises Magne not to immerse himself in Isolde's accident event because cops know what they are doing. However, as Oscar recalls the accident story, Magne notices that the police have altered their version of events about Isolde's death. Fjord starts playing a song in the middle of the party, which makes Ron, Saxa, and himself act more animalistic. Loridus joins Saxa and Fjord in their erratic dancing, and the three do some odd dance steps until the sensation passes. On the other hand, Magne heads his way to Eric's house and drives his attention to Isolde's murder. However, Eric isn't having it, and tells him to leave the investigation to the professionals. Magne leaves the house angrily, and moves Eric's car with his bare hands. Eric takes him back inside once he notices this, and gives him a tour of the harmful firm Vidar is in charge of, and how it is polluting the environment. Oscar, Loridus, and Fjord leave the party and drive away for a ride. Talking about how everyone pretends cool after posting their pictures with Isolde's memorial, Fjord stops the car near her pictures and urinates on it. Oscar secretly videotapes and uploads it on Instagram, but infuriated, Fjord punches him in the face, causing Oscar to bleed. Although Oscar deleted the post, Ron managed to take a screenshot of it and inform Vidar about the situation. While sleeping over, Gry is inquired by Saxa about her relationship with Magne and Fjord. Gry tells her she is not interested in her brother, while Magne is only her group member and nothing more than that. While they talk, Saxa tries to get more and more knowledge about Magne and his affiliation to Isolde. When Fjord arrives home, Vidar tries to narrate how the humans once worshipped them and sacrificed them in their honor. He continues that things are now different, but they are still in charge of who lives and dies. However, there are certain things that they cannot do, so that they can continue to be what they are. Infuriated by Fjord's behavior at Isolde's memorial, Vidar violently beats him up, causing Fjord to get critically hurt. Gry, upstairs having a sleepover with Saxa, witnesses the entire incident. At Magne's house, they are getting ready for Isolde's funeral. When Turid inquires Magne about Loridus, he arrives home wearing his mother's shirt. After seeing her son wearing a lady's shirt, she wants to talk to him about his situation. People arrive at Isolde's funeral, where Gry is shocked to see Fjord's healed wounds. The episode closes with Magne and his family returning home after Isolde's burial to discover their home entirely destroyed. Subscribe for part 3 and turn on the notification bell so you will never miss a single video.